Launched back in 1991 and with a production run of just 5 years, the Honda Beat turned out to be one of the most appreciated K cars of all time due to its tiny dimensions, impressive powertrain, and unmatched driving experience. All of these made it a perfect choice for American gearheads to import it to the USA. With the 25-year import rule in place, you can now legally import the Honda Beat from Japan. So let's look at the 10 things you need to know before buying the Honda Beat. Pininfarina designed Honda Beat. Being a rear-wheel drive mid-engine two-seater roadster K car that was never officially sold in the United States, it will attract a lot of eyeballs when out on the road. The teeny tiny dimensions coupled with the small foam dial alloy wheels and the rear spoiler provide you with a design that only a K car can provide. The car was also designed by the reputed Italian design firm Pininfarina. The Honda Beat gets a cloth roof and is very easy to fold down, and it also comes with many funky bright color palettes, all of which provide a youthful appearance. The neat halogen headlight and the tail light look perfect for such a small car, and the low ground clearance coupled with lowest height in the segment adds to its character. It's a mid-engine K car. The Honda Beat is one of the few K cars with a mid-engine rear-wheel drive layout, making it a hoot to drive. The 656 cubic centimeters naturally aspirated 3-cylinder engine in the Honda Beat comes with a multi-point injection system and puts out 64 horsepower and 44 pound-feet of torque. This engine came from a Honda motorcycle engine, which helps the engine provide typical motorcycle characteristics. The engine can rev more than 9,000 RPM and the peak power comes at 8,100 RPM. The 5-speed manual transmission and rear-wheel drivetrain are standard. These help the car do 0 to 60 miles per hour run around the 13-second mark. Lightweight and sorted chassis make Honda Beat very fun to drive. Even though the performance numbers from the Honda Beat are slightly mediocre when compared to the turbocharged engine found in the Suzuki Cappuccino, that doesn't make it any less fun to drive. The low curb weight of 1,670 pounds gives the car an excellent power-to-weight ratio, and the non-powered assist steering wheel makes the drive even more fun. The Honda Beat comes with an independent front and rear suspension system with coil springs on all 4 corners. This is something that even some modern offerings miss out on, as they come with solid axles at the rear and the 4-wheel disc brakes were standard. It is one of the most popular K cars out there. The Honda Beat is one of the most popular K cars your money could buy, making it very popular in the United States. With the 25-year import rule in place, you can now legally import the Honda Beat to the United States, and many enthusiasts are doing the same. What makes it even more popular is due to the sought-after mechanicals of the Beat, along with its endless mod potential. This makes it a perfect canvas to extract superb horsepower and torque numbers. The mid-engine architecture means it could confidently take corners similarly to many supercars. Honda S660 is Beat's successor. After more than 2 decades after the initial production date of the Honda Beat, Honda finally managed to come out with its modern predecessor, the Honda S660, launched in April 2015. It took forward all the quirks and qualities of the Beat, making it a throwback to the olden times. This was also a mid-engine K car with a rear-wheel drive change and came with a 5-speed manual transmission. Even though the performance figures were superior to the Honda Beat due to the forced induction on use, it became a relatively huge success in Japan. However, the production stopped a few months back and the car was never launched in the USA. Is reasonably spacious. Like any K car out there, the interior of the Honda Beat will not be as spacious as the American and European cars out there. However, the interior space is not a deal breaker as it could fit 2 adults with adequate comfort. Even with the roof up, the 32-inch of headroom makes it a decent proposition for an average-sized American. However, if you are over 6 feet, you may need to adjust the seat position accordingly. The only major deal breaker is the mediocre trunk capacity on offer. It has excellent mod potential. Like many JDM sports cars, many petrol heads who import the Honda Beat to the USA do many upgrades. This makes it more fun to drive than the stock variant, and it also helps to make it more usable on the long highways of America. Some of the standard mods with the Honda Beat include cold air intakes, performance tunes, short throw shifters, and an upgraded steering wheel. If you want to go all in, many enthusiasts from the Honda Tech forum have also added turbochargers, forged internal superchargers, better cooling systems, and carbon fiber parts. Suzuki Cappuccino is the Honda Beat's main competitor. If you are planning to get the Honda Beat, you would also be looking at the other popular K cars like the Suzuki Cappuccino and the AutoZam AZ1. The Suzuki Cappuccino makes quite a lot of sense as there are many good examples in the United States for not a lot of money. Coming with a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, the Suzuki Cappuccino also has superior mod potential than both the rivals. The parts aren't very hard to get for the Suzuki, the reliability is as good as that of the Honda Beat, and the performance is superior. It still has an attainable price tag. The Honda Beat can be had for as low as $5,000 for a running and driving example. However, the mileage would be on the higher side, and the cosmetic bits wouldn't be as pristine as some of the more expensive cars. If you want a clean example with low miles, you would need a budget of around $8,000. With a budget of $10,000, you can lay your hands on a Garage Queen Honda Beat. In comparison, AutoZam AZ1 and Suzuki Cappuccino are more expensive. It is very reliable. Honda's reliability is quite famous, and this is one of the biggest reasons that made Honda the 4th most sold car manufacturer in the United States. Even though the Honda Beat wasn't officially sold in the USA, it still follows the ethos of the brand. It is pretty reliable and only warrants regular maintenance, as told by the members of many Honda Beat forums. The simple mechanicals with no forced induction means that there is nothing major to go wrong. Most of the parts are pretty cheap for an imported vehicle as well. However, rust is common, and you must closely inspect the ride before going ahead with the purchase.